Good morning.
Hold up. I'm picking my eye.
Oh. Good morning and welcome to a new video. Today is
London Marathon Day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared do you think we are?
-2.
A -2.
We have not prioritised this event in any way. We're coming off the back of the Ironman and we moved house on Friday.
2 days ago.
We've spent the past 2 days on our feet lifting heavy things. We both got in bed and were like, our legs are throbbing.
So much so that we were unpacking yesterday and I had to change my shoes. My feet wouldn't fit in my shoes because they were swollen so much.
Not good marathon prep. And
That's what it is.
We've not prioritised nutrition, so much so that about 9 o'clock last night when we were finally pinning on our numbers, I was like, oh Ben, can you grab some gels from the kitchen? Nick, we've got 3 each. Thankfully, we picked up some Morton gels. It was a freebie stand at the expo, so thank you, Purgy, for that. It just goes against everything that I'm about with events. I'm normally properly overthinking, OCD.
Packed a week ago.
It's actually been quite refreshing. Even this morning, we're about half an hour late for the bus.
Yeah, what is the time?
10 to 6 on Sunday, the 2nd of October, 2022. I will say this, we have kept up our running to an extent, but I think if you're fit enough and you've got a place for the London Marathon, it's a privilege, it's an opportunity that we can't pass up. So that is why we're running today. It's basically a party on the streets of London for 26 miles and I cannot wait.
I'm excited and I'm tired. The most casual we've ever been.
I did listen to a podcast recently and it says whether you jog it or whether you go red line on for a PB, the last 6 miles particularly are always a killer. So Ben jogged Boston and you found it tough at the end. The marathon distance needs to be respected. We're in for a very, very tough day, physically I think, but mentally and emotionally I just am so excited. Right, come on bus, hurry up. Let's go to London. And we were extremely lucky. We ran to the train at Victoria, just got straight on. We always go to the hotel called the Clarendon.
Find us there.
Which has lovely toilets, much nicer than Portaloos. Anyway, we're just about to head to the Blue Start. We're both in the Blue Start. Time is 8:28, so we've got about an hour. I think we're setting off around 9:40. The weather has changed all week. This time last week it was really windy and it was going to be a headwind along the embankment. Although that direction it's looking a lot lower. It's grey. Might be a bit drizzly, and then I think the sun will come out around when we finish, but who knows. The plan is, I think I'm in a wave just ahead of Ben because I've got a championship start, which is the first time I actually started with it because of COVID, etc. I'm hopefully going to come back, so Ben needs to look for an orange vest, and then hopefully we'll run together, and it is then all based on feel.
Basically, we don't know a plan.
We don't know.
You're going to start at some pace, I'm going to start at some pace.
Our shakeout run yesterday felt horrendous. And that was at 5:30 pace.
And it can't get much worse. Catch you at the start. She's in there somewhere, I have no idea where. She's running bright orange though, so I'm hoping I can spot her. Catch you at the start. So Nick has actually waited for me before the start. So she's like in that queue over there somewhere. We will pick her up in a second. Is she still waiting? Yeah, she's still waiting. Makes my life easier.
Let's do this!
Start together.
So we're going to call out charity games. We're going to call out people's games. We're going to have some fun.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Hello Jules, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. I don't think I could. Good morning, Ben. How you doing?
I was about to say, now that it's quieting down a bit, I mean the original plan was for me to start in the wave after, probably 2 minutes behind Nick, but Nick decided to wait so we can run together. There she is. So we're just currently ticking along at about 4:30 Ks, 7:20, 7:30 miles. I think we're kind of testing the waters for the first 5K to see how we feel. That is about PB pace for Nick. If we feel good, we'll crack on. If not, we're very willing to do what we did in Boston and call it, and go from there. So I'm going to call it early now. Thank you for all the volunteers. These kinds of races wouldn't be possible without them, so huge thank you to you, the real heroes of the marathon. 25.7 miles to go. Quick comment?
Did you manage to do a warm-up?
No,
Me neither. Feeling quite tight.
it's impossible. Anyway, peace. Boom. 10K update. We are currently clipping along at 4:30 Ks, 7:20 miles. At the 10K point, we were 3 seconds off the pace. I'll give myself that. We are just coming up to the Cutty Sark, just turning the corner now in Greenwich.
So good. My left foot is starting to go numb, which is not a good sign. But apart from that, I feel really good.
Better than we thought we would after yesterday, a few weeks. TV camera, everybody wave. Cutty Sark. There it is, Cutty Sark. Feeling good, looking good. How many gels have you had?
One at the start and then one at the back.
Okay. Just coming into Tower Bridge. Turn the corner. We should see Kate on the right, I think. Kate and Jack. There they are on the right. Legends. Thanks Kate, thanks Jack, thanks Helen. That was awesome. Just enjoy these crowds. Halfway. I think we've had one difficult phase, but you get to close to Tower Bridge, crowds pick up, they just carry you. They just carry you, and we're back on pace. Again. 1:36.33. We're not on PB pace by about 10 seconds, but we are well on pace for a course record, which is 3:17. So just keep it steady, clip along, and keep smiling.
Those crowds are mad.
Catch you in Canary Wharf in about 4 or 5 miles.
We've now got less to run than we've run. Does that make sense?
All downhill, metaphorically. Peace. See Canary Wharf in the distance there. That's the next checkpoint, 17 miles. Less than 10 to go. Nick's sock was slipping in her shoe, which was making her foot go numb. So we just had to do a quick pit stop, literally 5-10 seconds, but we have slowed in this mile a little bit, but I think hopefully things get a little bit better now that we've fixed that issue. So starting to feel it. We are 17 literally now, so 9 miles to go. 9 miles, done 9 mile runs so many times. Let's get it. 20 miles. Or in Nick language, 3 out of 4 laps of the Ironman done. We're both hurting right now. The final 6 miles are always the hardest. People generally say the first 20 miles is halfway and the last 10k is where it really counts. And Nick's hurting. I'm hurting. But this is what we do it for. These miles are what we do it for. The crowd's been insane today. The crowds have been so good. 10k, we can do 10k in our sleep. I think, I hope. I've got one more gel to take. I've already taken 4, and I'll take it in probably a mile. Check in a bit. For those of you who followed me last year, we are just on the double-sided street. We're at 21.5 miles, and I do not remember a thing from this point last year. I was in a world of bother. I completely messed up my nutrition, and I absolutely bonked, so much so that 5 miles to go is a complete blur to me. But today is a whole different story, so I'm going to enjoy this bit, jog it in. I think we're going at 8 to 9 minute miles. We were clipping along at 7:20, 7:30, so we've completely called it. What will be, and enjoy the marathon for what it is.
Ouch! 36k! I am hurting. Not the best day in terms of pacing, but we have 6k to go, and I'm going to enjoy these. No idea what I'm going to get, but I don't care. Just about to go along the embankment, and then we run into Big Ben. This is the best bit of the best marathon in the whole world.
This will be the last check-in before we finish. And we saw Katie, Arthur, Molly, legends. Thanks for coming. We have about 4k to go. We are savouring it. Again, the crowds have been insane. We will see you at the finish. Final words?
Ow. Ow, but wow.
Great effort. Such a good effort. Come on. Well done. Well done. She's absolutely flying. Come on, Nick. Less than a K. Less than a K. 2 turns. That's it. 2 turns. 1 turn to Buckingham Palace. 1 turn onto the Mall. That's it. That is it, Nick. Nicola's mum and dad, thank you for coming. The famous orange banner, got a high five. .26 miles gone. 0.2. 0.2. Come on, Nick. Let's go. Let's go, Nick. Come on. Great stuff. The line's there. We may be biased, but the greatest finish line of them all has to be here.
Some of our more familiar places and names to find out how their TCF London Marathon series was today. I think Danny Mills' reaction there was anything but a hot one. Was anything but a hot one.
Come on, mate, all the way. I know you did that, but through the line, through the line, through the line. Oh. Stop the watch. You did it.
3:16.
You did it. Course record.
Woo! Oh.
Look at that.
That hurt. Oh, we'll take that.
Immediate debrief, let's go.
Horrible through Canary Wharf. The last 2K, I just thought, is course record time or not? Let's give it some.
And not only did you get a course record, you smashed it by over a minute. About 3 miles to go, I said, Nick, we're on for a course record here. And what did you say?
I said probably like shut the up or something.
Yeah. A marathon is all in here.
Thank you. You dragged me round.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for volunteering.
Thank you.
Thank you. Amazing.
Cheers.
If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. We are now a couple of weeks on. Post-race thoughts.
It was great. I think it felt like, for me, it felt like a new experience just because the whole point of the marathon is the last like 10K, and last year I don't really remember anything. I really tried to make the most of it.
You're running at a pace where you could just enjoy it and lap it up. That was the 8th time I've run London in person. To come away with a course PB is a sign that progression is there. Despite a lack of a marathon training block prior to, that was coming off the back of the Ironman. Aerobically fit, but not marathon sharp.
That's a good way of putting it.
The plan was not to go for a PB, just run, and I think in the first 5K of London, particularly because it's downhill, you just get carried away. So we set off at 4:30s. Ben was actually running 10-15 metres behind me to pull me back a little bit. I always do that in London. I need to learn. I then really struggled from 16 miles. 16 to 24 miles, I had a rough old time. That was 8 miles of just marathon hurt, which you get. One issue I have struggled with since the Ironman is a numb left foot. That really was hurting in London. I stopped briefly for 10 seconds to rejig my shoe and my sock, but that didn't really work. It happens in a lot of shoes, so I don't know really what to do there, but I might have to get that seen too. The last 2 miles, big thank you to Ben, because Ben said to me at 24 miles, course PB is on here, and I looked at my watch and it was 3:07, and my course PB previously was 3:17. Working on 5-minute Ks, which is what I was running at that point, I was like, no, it's not. That's 10 minutes plus the 0.2. I'm looking at a 3:18 marathon at best. Ben said, course PB's on here if you up it. I don't know where that came from, but I've never run the last 2K of a marathon so fast, I don't think. So big thank you to Ben for letting me know that course PB was on, and then shouting at me to keep going and going and going.
Next for me is London next year. I mean, we only have 6 months until the next one. We've got our entries in. We should be good for age again next year. That'll be one of my main races next year. Just getting into training now. Yeah, we'll see where we're at.
Ben has written me a plan until Christmas to build my volume slowly, and then from the new year, I'm hoping to dial in the marathon sharpness for Manchester Marathon, which is the 16th of April, which is the week before London. So if I get a London place, I love that it's back in the spring next year. I will hopefully run that, but my goal race for the spring next year will be Manchester Marathon. At the moment, I am not going to share my time goals with you. I will never have done such a long marathon build. And looking at the past marathons I've done, the gap that I'm missing is the weekly volume. I'm back on plan already. We had 1 week off? 1 week of just chilling.
Well, I had about 6 months of chilling, but yeah.
We're both back on plan, which is quite exciting. So stay tuned for our goal marathons next year. Really sorry for the delay in videos since the Ironman. It's just been a crazy time, so thank you for your patience. And if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching.
We hope you keep well.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye!